Hello, welcome to Soul Power Yoga. I'm Kayla, and here we are working on more than just the physical benefits of yoga. We're using it as a daily routine, as a tool to better ourselves, to work on things that we know that we need to work on in ourselves in order to be a better version of us, and also to have a more positive impact on the world around us and on people that we love and care about. So we have a bigger version, a bigger reason and purpose for actually practicing yoga beyond just for ourselves. And it's so important, it's not selfish at all, to really focus on something that you do every day that challenges you to purposely evolve as a human. So that's what we're here to do, and we're doing it in my little bedroom here in Southern Oregon. But the work that we're doing is very important. If you resonate with what I'm saying, please like my channel, please follow and subscribe so that I can continue to create this content and we can just grow as individuals together to make this world a better place. Anyways, today we are going to work on surrendering and releasing by using a mantra. And I want you to bring to mind something that you want to release, something that is causing you anxiety. It's kind of like a burden of your own belief that you have. So I'm going to give you some examples of this, and then you can choose what that is for you. I'm looking at a big surrender list, and this is something that is created by a man named Jonathan Parker. He is a spiritual teacher, and he is someone that I highly recommend to go to if you're ready for some serious, deep, emotional, mental, spiritual guidance and healing. Anyways, so here is a few examples of what are some things you might want to surrender and let go of that you can work on today and anytime you need this mantra. Okay, so it starts with, I surrender and release the need for, maybe it's for control. Surrender and release the need to fix things. That's a pretty common one too. The need to be right. The need to judge myself or others. The need to struggle. Do you ever feel like just every day or very often you're in a challenging situation? Maybe there's a need in you that is unconscious for struggling all the time. So this could be an awareness practice, a letting go of the need to struggle. The need to hold on. The need for wanting, the need for the fear of letting go, the need to fear the unknown, the need for answers or for questions, and the need to know why. I'll give you one more. The need for feeling victimized. So of those are just some ideas for you if anything resonated, or you can just come up with something of your own that you would like to practice today in this surrender practice. First and foremost, we're going to start with the breath. I'm going to switch over to a 60-second countdown where you can hear me breathing and you'll follow along with the pace that I keep. So let's get started with the breath to get us present before we begin our surrender and release mantra practice. I'll see you in a minute. right. So now that we are more present, more focused here in the now, we can work on this mantra, because this mantra is not meant to be an intellectual practice. It is meant to be something that you feel. Remember, we're practicing getting better at feeling, because all of our feelings are energy in motion, and we must allow it to move through our body to really accept, recognize, and then surrender, so that we're not getting any blocked energy, which I've said before creates disease in the body and the mind, right? So this is kind of what causes a lot of struggles that we have with our mental health too. So choose your surrendering statement. I'm going to choose mine to be to figure things out. I surrender and release the need to figure things out. This is definitely something that I struggle with. I tend to want to just have it all figured out, and then it's like I can be in peace. So this is just simply not true. I can access peace any moment, anytime, if I can just surrender my thoughts and the need to figure things out, and then bring my attention into my heart, into my body, and breathe, become present. So choose your statement, and then you're going to say this statement 5 times to yourself. Close your eyes, and you'll say, I surrender and release the need for blank. And you'll just say it to yourself, or you can say it out loud 5 times. And allow yourself to feel that withdrawal of whatever that is that you need to release. You can visualize that you have, that there's this maybe a waterfall that you're standing underneath, and it's just washing it away. You can see that energy leaving and surrendering it, and let it flow out onto the earth. That's just a visual option if you want to try that. Okay, so close the eyes. Maybe take your hands to your heart, drop the chin, and repeat your mantra 5 times. Surrender and release the need to figure things out. Take a deep breath in through the nose and a surrendering breath out of the mouth. Relax the shoulders, soften your face. Let your hands come down to the knees, blink your eyes open. And now we will get into some movement and continue to integrate those emotions that may be associated to your surrendering practice. Let's get started. On the mat, I'll meet you there. On the mat, hands and knees, spread the fingers wide. We're going to go through a few rounds of cat-cow here. So inhale, lift the tailbone, drop the belly, pull the chest through, press up and away from the ground, and push into the tops of the feet. On the exhale, tuck the tailbone, hug your navel into your spine, and then spread the shoulder blades as you push away from the ground. Once all the exhale is out, inhale, roll up the spine into cow pose. And exhale, match the breath to the movement. Last round. Inhale, lift the tailbone, drop the belly. Pull your heart through your arms. Lift the sternum. And exhale to center. Reach your right arm out in front of you and then extend your left leg back behind you. Flex through the left foot and then hug your outer hip inward so that the pelvis is in alignment and squared off here. Reach through the crown of the head so the gaze is slightly down. We don't want to kink the neck. And take a deep breath here. Exhale, release back down. Inhale, left side, reach through the arm, the hand, spread the fingertips. Pointer flex your right foot. And then lift up and away from the ground. Make sure your hip is right over your knee. And on the exhale, take your hand and your knee down. Send your hips back to your heels. Stretch your arms out for child's pose. Let's take a couple deep breaths here. Noticing the energy, the sensations in the body. See if you can get a sense of your emotional state. And you can use your mantra throughout the physical practice as a way to keep you grounded, centered, and focused on your intention, whatever it is that you want to surrender and release the need for. Okay, on your next inhale, rise up onto your hands and knees. Tuck your toes under and then send your hips to your heels. We're going to stretch the arches of the feet and the toes. Maybe you start here just in the beginning, or you can walk your hands in closer. Maybe your hands come all the way onto the tops of your thighs, depending on how flexible your feet are. You don't want to push it, so if it feels really intense when you're sitting all the way up, I recommend coming out of it a little bit, because really, if we're trying to force it, it's not going to improve. We got to work with where we're at if we want to improve our physical capabilities. I'd say that also just goes with every area in life. If we're trying to force it, it's just not really going to work. You don't really grow that way. If you are sitting all the way up, then you can take your hands behind your back, clasp your fingers, press the palms together, and then start to straighten out the arms, bringing the elbows in toward one another, and then draw your shoulder heads down and away from your ears. Long neck, long spine. Drop the chin down slightly to your chest. Deep breath in, spread the rib cage open on the inhale. And exhale, feel that soft contraction. Release the hands. Walk your hands out in front and tabletop, and then ankle roll. Stretch out the feet as this counter practice. Okay. We're going to reach the hands out a little bit further now and then take the belly and the chest to the ground. Bring your elbows underneath you, lift the chest up, and find a place where you can allow the hips to rest. Feel the groundedness in the belly. And then lower your chest down to the ground as you slide your hands to either side of your rib cage. Tuck your toes under and then press up for plank and then back to downward facing dog. Let's take a couple more deep breaths in down dog. Press through your hands and away from the ground. I surrender and release the need to figure things out.
All right, separate the feet wide as the mat. Walk your hands in closer to your feet so you're in a short down dog. And then reach underneath your body and across to the outside ankle of the left leg. And hug yourself in toward your thighs first, and then tilt and twist at the spine. Start with the base of the spine, allow that twist to come all the way up to your neck or the base of your skull. Look underneath the left arm towards the ceiling. Push evenly through the left and the right foot. And then release, we'll switch sides. Left hand around the right ankle. Hug yourself in first and then twist. On the exhales, deepen your twist. Let it go. Surrender your needs for anything to be other than what it is. Okay, reach the hands out. Bring your feet in close together. And then you're going to shift your weight forward so your shoulders are over your wrists. Hug your knee into your chest and then plant the foot up in between your hands. Take your back knee down and then lift the chest up. Place the hands on your right knee. Deep breath in through the nose. Just notice the sounds around you. Tune into your auditory senses. Bring the hands to your heart. Repeat your mantra. And then inhale, reach your hands up to the sky. Keep the palms pressed together in prayer. And on the exhale, open the arms out wide, turn and twist towards your right thigh. Allow the head and gaze to continue to look back over your right hand, creating a full, complete twist. Stay in tune with what you're hearing, and also fully aware of where you're rooted in the body and where you're rebounding, where you're lifting up to create this balance. On your next inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. Press the palms as you turn and look forward once again. And hands to your heart on the exhale. Great. And then inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. And open up, exhale, turn to the twist. Inhale, reach the arms up, press the palms as you turn the chest to the top of the mat. And exhale, hands to your heart. Okay, keep breathing as you frame your hands around your right foot and then stretch out, straighten the front leg. Bring your chest, your heart towards the ground. Relax the neck and the head. In your time, your mind wants to wander off. Just say, thank you, but I don't need to be distracted. I surrender and release the need to figure things out. We have to practice being in control of our minds, because the mind will just take control of you. All right, let's bend into the front right knee. Heel toe your foot over to the left edge. We're going to come into pigeon pose, so drop your right knee down towards the ground. After that, And then start to fold over that front right leg, or you can stay lifted, just wherever you can keep a long spine. Take one more deep breath in and out of the nose. And then lift the chest. We're going to turn and open up the legs. Sit up nice and tall. Reach the hands out in front. Maybe come onto your forearms. Let's take 3 deep breaths here in this forward fold. So the brain is just our tool to be able to think through things and solve problems. But we need to practice using it in a productive way rather than getting hung up on certain thoughts and just getting lost in the thought, and then we end up not being productive at all. Basically, I'm saying maybe it's helpful to practice using your emotional intelligence as well as your logical, intellectual intelligence, instead of only focused on thoughts in the mind. Maybe also bringing some attention to, what is my heart feeling? What is my body expressing to me, right? So I think sometimes we forget that we are more than just our mind, and that we have resources to pull from other aspects of ourselves. Okay, let's now do everything we did on the right side on the left side. So let's just start with stretching this outside of the leg here on the left side in pigeon pose, since we're down here. Take a deep breath in through the nose, and on the exhale, settle into the pose for 3 deep breaths. It can be so hard to let go. I'm feeling it right now as I'm saying it to myself. I surrender and release the need to figure things out. All right, let's lift the chest, come up, tuck the back toes, send your foot back to meet with the right. And then we're going to shift the weight forward into plank. Hug the left knee up and in and plant it up at the top in between your hands. Take your back knee down. Inhale, lift up. Place the hands on your left thigh this time. Find a little lift from the thigh and the core. Lift in the sternum, the chest. Reach the hands up on an inhale. Press the palms and exhale hands to your heart in prayer. And this time, let's tune into our sense of of sight. So allow whatever it is that you are seeing, really focus on what is arising in your awareness based on where you're actually looking, the physical space around you. On an inhale, reach the hands up. And exhale, turn and twist towards your left thigh. Look back over your left hand. Hug the thighs and hips into the midline. Equal weight in the back and the right
in the back and the front feet. Equal engagement of the muscles of your legs. And on an inhale, reach the arms up. Bring the chest forward. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, reach the hands back up to the sky. And exhale, turn and twist. Inhale, reach the hands up, palms together, look forward. And exhale, hands to heart. Great. Keep breathing in and out, connected breathing as you take your hands down and stretch into the hamstring of the left leg. Stretch out. Send your left hip back towards the back of the mat. That was once the front of the mat. Press your left foot down, flat towards the ground as much as you can. You'll notice a nice stretch in the ankle and the top of the foot. All right, let's take one more deep breath here as we stretch. And then bend into the front knee. And we're going to now come down onto the ground, however you want to get there. I got there through kind of an intense stretch. Reach the legs out, shake them out, and then lay down all the way onto your back. And this is a little psoas release practice as an option for your final rest. It's constructive rest pose, so bring the feet on the outside to the edges of the mat, and then allow your knees to fall in. And this creates a lot of space and gives your psoas a break because it's connected to a lot of inner muscles, the abdomen, the diaphragm, and connected to the femur. And so this gives the psoas, which is the deepest muscle in the body, a break from all the other muscles that might be tight, that are holding on to it too tightly. So if you notice some relief here, then that's awesome, and feel free to just rest in this pose for the remainder of your Shavasana practice for about 5 to 10 minutes. Take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. You can use this mantra for the rest of the day. You can also use it for whatever else that might arise that you feel that you do need to practice surrendering and releasing. I hope it helps you throughout your day and life to have this surrender practice, this mantra practice. And I will see you tomorrow. Actually, I won't see you tomorrow. It's the weekend. I'll see you on Monday. Have a great day and weekend. Namaste.